Okay, so we just watched a video about how some Indigenous people were forced to reenact the first interaction between the colonizing British and the Indigenous Australians in 1788 with the landing of the First Fleet. What did you pick up from this video? Yep, yes, that they were forced to reenact against their will. Did they initially agree to take part? No. Why? What? Not why. What changed their mind? Yes, they were threatened with the removal of rations. Could pick up there. So what could this tell us about relationships between white Australians and Indigenous Australians in 1938? Yes, that Aboriginal people were still seen as inferior. Yes, that white people threatened Indigenous people if they did not do as what they if they didn't do what they said. Anything else? Yes, that Indigenous people were being exploited for entertainment reasons. Well done. We also listened to a radio podcast about Australia Day in 1938 and a group of Indigenous activists called the Australian Aborigines Association, and their protest statement where they declared Australia Day a day of mourning. So why did they call it a day of mourning? Yes, because it represented the landing of the First Fleet, which subsequently led to the deaths of many Indigenous Australians and displacement of Indigenous Australians. Why was the year 1938 so significant on Australia Day? Well done, because it marked the 150th anniversary of the landing of the First Fleet. So with this in mind, I want you to complete a source analysis task. Firstly, I want you to split into groups of 4 people, into 5 groups of 4 people. If you're on a table of 3, please split and join another group, please. Secondly, I'll hand each group a primary source to analyze. Please can you nominate a spokesperson for the group who will present the findings after the task is complete. You'll work together to identify the source, analyze the language of the source, determine who the intended audience is, determine why the source was created, and explain the significance of the source. You'll have 20 minutes to complete the task. Please don't hesitate to ask me any questions. I'll be walking around to each group to observe your progress, so feel free to ask me when I come around. Please remember that this is a very sensitive and current issue in society, so please be respectful of your peers and others. Before you proceed with the task, I'll quickly run through all the sources, see what you pick up there. It will benefit you for the task. So firstly, we have the protest statement by the Australian Aborigines Association on the 26th of January 1938. There's something that stands out to you straight away? Yes, well done. That they use very strong and emotional language when talking about the significance of the day. Well done. Good one there. They use statistics and other evidence to back up their points. So the second one is a newspaper article from 1937 talking about what will happen on Australia Day the following year. What do we notice here? Yeah, good one. That they're treating Australia Day as a massive celebration, which is something very contested today. Third one. Here we have an article the day after Australia Day in 1938, outlining the Aboriginal viewpoint of their protest. What do you notice? I've got the larger page there to put it into context. Yes, well done. The article is very small in comparison to the rest of the page of the newspaper. Good pick up there. Yes, it's overshadowed by less significant news. So what could you say? Yep, that Aboriginal news is degraded to a lesser status. You could say that. How come? Why? Yes, because they're still seen as inferior, like we said before. Anything else on the page? Good one there. Yes, it's on page 17. Who even reads the newspaper nowadays? And if you do, who even reads the page 17? I certainly don't. Finally, we've got another article here. Now, what viewpoint would you say this is? Yes, it's a white Australian viewpoint. What makes you say that? Good. The derogatory language they use, like pathetic or vain efforts. Anything else about this? Yeah, nice one. They surround it with more significant news, like the Ashes tour of that year. Great Don Bradman. Anything else? One more thing. Yes, well done. Page 4. It's much earlier in the newspaper. Some of us might even get that far one day. Okay, here's the task. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to ask. Good luck and have fun.